Hi, everyone. For those that don't know me, my name is Jamie Prickett. I am the co-CEO of Associate Owners Group, otherwise known as AOG. And I'm also the co-founder of Experior and the former CEO of Experior Financial Group. And I wanted to share 10 reasons why Experior took a serious look and ultimately made the move to become a part of AOG. And before I get into that, I just want to share that Experior, prior to becoming a part of AOG, was on a massive growth curve. In the last 12 months, we've taken our sales force from 7,500 licensed agents to almost 16,000 licensed agents. So we've experienced exceptional growth. In addition to the growth in licensed agents, we've also increased our volume. Year over year, we're currently tracking at more than triple the volume we were doing in both life and annuities, and also some other ancillary products and referral programs that we offer. So I wanted to share with you that we didn't need a sellout and we didn't need someone to buy us. As a matter of fact, it would be the worst time ever to sell on a growth curve like that because you'll never get the multiples in your business when your company's scaling at that level. I actually had a conversation with someone at Goldman Sachs, and they advised that if your business is growing beyond 30% a year, it's probably not best to be looking at a sale. So we certainly weren't looking for a sale. As a matter of fact, my heart is so in this industry. I'm only 46 years old as of the recording of this video, and I still feel like an infant in the business. I feel like I've got another 20, 30, 40 years ahead of me, God willing. So I wasn't in a position where we wanted to sell out, because I feel like when a company is sold and there's no longer equity there, not only could that potentially rip the heart out of the business, it could also be a red flag for agents in the business that are dreaming of ownership and dreaming of being a part of, maybe an equity event in the future. So I want to share that with you first and foremost. Secondly, before I get started on these points, Experior 9 years ago when we were only 2 years old, we were already offering equity in our company, and not this pretend equity. I see some guys, they do video recordings of people signing documents, and usually they're certificates that are worth no more than the paper they're printed on. But I'll tell you this, ours was real equity. We have people on our cap table, right? Several hundred agents over time that have made up now over 30% of the Experior company. So we were already offering this to our agents, an equity program, much like AOG is offering. The difference now is we have a clear vision of where we can go in the future with the equity program, which can benefit our sales force. One of the questions we had to ask, a very fundamental question on scaling, was, can our company, Experior, at the time my company Experior, now part of AOG, can we grow faster on our own, or could we grow faster by collaborating with AOG, with other aligned partners who already have scale, capital, execution capability? The conclusion for us was that the collaboration materially would accelerate our growth beyond anything that Experior could do independently, despite our already amazing growth. Number two is that AOG provides leverage through shared technology, resources, operational experience, leadership infrastructure, allowing Experior to also scale without duplicating internal build costs. See, we have a technology team, but we also have a tech team now at AOG. And I'll tell you what, almost every company now, if they're worth their salt, they're investing in technology, they're investing in AI. But now we get to come together as a group of companies. Currently, as of this recording, 18 companies are a part of AOG, and we get to use the strategies and the expertise of multiple tech teams coming together. Number three, this partnership gives Experior access to reinsurance expertise and treaty relationships, allowing participation in the back-end economics of carriers, not just the front-end distribution of commissions. This materially changes the long-term enterprise value and equation. As a matter of fact, number four is Monty's track record. For those that don't know Monty Home was the former president and CEO of World Financial Group. He was also one of the co-founders, one of the original 4 co-founders of World Marketing Alliance, WMA, before they sold their assets to Aegon, which is now they've changed the name to WFG. And actually, funny story is Experior on staff prior to the AOG merger, and now on staff with AOG, is a gentleman named Jerry Vall, who actually initiated and successfully made that transaction take place with World Marketing Alliance and becoming World Financial Group. So Jerry Vall is one of our board members at AOG, along with Monty Home. But Monty Home, as the core founder of AOG, had this dream to build something that would offer agents ownership, because where he was previously, he wasn't able to do that. He tried on multiple occasions, but wasn't successful in getting the leadership and the powers that be to change the distribution model in order to to give ownership to the agents. But over the past, Monty's already had 3 successful exits in reinsurance, which ultimately gave Experior experienced leadership in navigating these carrier economics, the risk structures, capital markets, most distribution companies that never get access to. So that was important to us. Number 5, AOG is positioned to outperform Experior on a standalone basis due to its ability to grow through acquisitions, not just organic recruiting. See, Experior benefits by being aligned with a partner that can compound faster than distribution alone. See, at Experior, all of our growth came through organic growth, right? Or finding other agents in the industry that were frustrated, but it was all done organically. We couldn't go in and acquire a group of 400 agents like we just did 2 weeks ago as of this recording, or another group of 600 agents that we're potentially bringing on in the next couple of weeks. So we couldn't do that, but now with AOG, we have the power to do that. So the answer for me was simple. Can Experior grow faster outside of AOG or inside? And secondly, could Experior grow faster than AOG at all? And the answer was clear that we can grow faster inside, which means regardless of our share value coming in, and by the way, we built a very strong 9-figure organization, but regardless of our share value coming in, because the argument I get a lot from different founders is, well, you know, I'm not at the size I want to be yet. I'm like, and you think AOG is? You know, we're not looking to buy an entity. We're looking to partner with an entity. This is not an exit strategy. This is a merger of sorts where you're going to exchange shares in exchange for your shares in exchange for AOG shares. And as long as we grow faster than your organization as a whole at AOG, then it was a good deal. And that's how we looked at it despite our great growth that we had already with Experior. Number 6, through AOG, Experior gains indirect exposure to acquisition-driven scale without taking on the balance sheet risk, integration risk, or the operational drag internally. So for some of you, you'll understand what I just said there. That is a massive, massive deal. And it's something that we can actually build out. And what they built out for Experior when we did this was complete autonomy and control of our enterprise. As a matter of fact, the only board member on the AOG board that is a board member on the Experior board is myself. They didn't ask to come in and change things and operations and systems. As a matter of fact, contractually, AOG can't do that because we designed it that way. And we'll design it that way for you as well if you so desire. Number 7 is that Monty maintains relationships with 3 individuals who have collectively taken 10 companies public already, 2 of which are already investors in AOG, just in its infancy and startup. And with Experior having the strategic access to capital markets experience, this also validates our long-term institutional ambitions. Imagine this, 2 investors already taken 10 companies public. Where do you think that, or 3 of them, but one of them is going to be an investor institutionally when we do a capital raise coming up shortly. But where do you think we're taking this company? See, our goal is by the end of 2028 is to be IPO ready. Whether we pull the trigger or are able to pull the trigger at that time is up for debate because there's no guarantees. But I will guarantee you this, we're going to fight like crazy and we're going to build this thing to do what we can do to make sure that we are IPO ready by the end of 2028. Number 8, institutional capital already aligned with AOG provides third-party validation of the strategy. As I mentioned, we already have an institutional investor. We've got 2 more coming on in this next capital raise. This validates essentially the value of our company, right? Because institutional investors, they have a fiduciary duty for their investors. I believe they have a fiduciary duty, but I know that they're not going to be in business long unless they're doing the right job for their investors. And these are the kind of people that we have already investing in this and looking to put, some of them want to put, upwards of 40 million in, and we're telling them no, because we don't want this to be VC owned. We want this to be agent and agency owned. But as we go and, aspire to be in the public market, we have to have validation events where we have institutional investors come along. And this is also reducing execution risk and increasing Experior's credibility even at a corporate level. Number 9, the partnership strengthens Experior's positioning as a platform for sophisticated business builders, not just agents. And aligning with our tri-brid model that we've already built in our agency ownership valuation that we still have and will have forever, the enterprise value creation that you can build with our legacy program. Guys, there's so much value in what we already had, but now it has just been even more validated and solidified. If it wasn't already at a 9-figure company, wait till we take this to 10, 11 figures and beyond. Guys, I'm so excited with the future of being a part of AOG. The last point is this. Ultimately, Experior partner with AOG because of the upside potential. Experior retains control of its brand, our compliance, our culture, while gaining access to faster scale, deeper economics, acquisitional growth, capital market pathways that would have taken us years to build independently. Long story short, I believe with everything in me that Experior could have done some amazing things and already has done some amazing things. Our goal this year is to grow Experior to 50,000 licensed agents, but we also want to grow AOG with our acquisitions and everything else to over 100,000. So we have some massive, massive ambitions. Experior has some goals. We've got other enterprises that are already a part of this, which if you've already sat down with myself or one of the people on the board of Experior, Jerry, Monty, myself, maybe you sat with Louis, maybe you sat with Chris Felton, some of the others, We have an amazing task force right now sharing this message with everyone. Our goal by the end of this year, it's right now early 2026 as I'm recording this, and our goal by the end of 2026 is to have over 100 companies in the portfolio of AOG. And I'll share this, that one of the visions that we have is kind of modeling similar to a company you guys may be well aware of that Warren Buffett just retired from, and that is Berkshire Hathaway. And if you look at their model, they gave their owners complete autonomy. They had shareholder meetings every year and everyone came together, and they built it through acquisitions of partnerships, not just acquisitions of buying people out and having the owner sail off into the sunset. One thing that I want to be crystal clear on is we are looking for people who want to partner with us, who want to merge with us, who want to engage with us, not people who are looking for an exit strategy. If you're looking for an exit strategy, I'm happy to give you a couple referrals. I know many companies are doing acquisitions and they're buying out the ownership of the entity, and they're not providing the same type of capital and equity in the company like AOG is offering. I'm happy to refer you to them. But this is for people that are at maybe you're at the first hole on the golf course, maybe you're halfway through at the golf course, but you're certainly not at the 18th hole yet. You're getting your business going. You may not have a strong EBITDA right now. You may not have a strong valuation today, and that's okay. We'll work with you and we'll work on a valuation, something that makes sense for all parties. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you got something out of it. Take care. Bye-bye.